Uh,
Yeah, let's wrap up Dracula. Let's wrap up Frankenstein and unwrap the Mummy.
boo.
Boo.
If I had to say there is one that I'm the least fan of, it is the Mummy.
Yes,
I like the design. I
because it's
like the concept.
but it's just Dracula again.
It's handled way better in the Brendan Fraser 1999
Yes,
one, which is a remake.
it is. But like for most people, that's the one. Like that is the one that most people think of when they think of the Mummy.
But it wouldn't have existed without the Boris Karloff one.
Absolutely. Like because like you have that like the Emotep character and like a lot of the stuff again having finally seen the classic Mummy and then rewatching the Brendan Fraser one, they do take quite a bit from it.
Yeah, it's the whole he's trying to resurrect his dead lover.
Absolutely. But it's like but obviously it's amped up by being made in the 90s.
It did help. The 90s helped a lot, and I think not that I really ever credit the 90s for a lot of things, but it did make a lot of things extreme.
No, for
And
sure.
then the early 2000s really made them extreme.
Very true. But like yeah, like the Mummy is one that just like it did not really catch on the same way that the other monsters did. At least like cuz there's so many different Frankenstein and Dracula, like vampires in general, lots of different werewolf movies, but I can't really think of any aside from The Mummy and the original The Mummy and the Tom Cruise The Mummy. I can't really think of a whole lot of mummy movies that are very popular and well done.
No, but I mean, there's not so much you can do. Like, they're an iconic creature, but like
Yeah, and also like borderline.
culturally insensitive.
Yes, which
I wasn't gonna say it, but I'm glad someone did.
you did say, and I agree with you. You don't put this on me. But it's true.
You all saw it.
But it's true though. Like you're just you'll edit this one and be like your voice coming out of my mouth, horribly edited.
Yes. So like everyone that you edit.
Oh my god. But no, like, and I think that again, that's a very good point as to maybe why they don't do so many things with the money.
Well, again, it's a fine line between like exploring a different culture, but then also making that culture out to be monsters. Like it's
100%.
And that's where I think like tackling it in a way where it's like the fact that like it's not the fact that he's Egyptian that is the problem. It's the fact that again he was a bad person and was cursed and then therefore came back to get his revenge.
Yeah,
Like it's how you handle it.
100%. Which like again, the remake does a very good job of that.
Whereas I feel like if you're gonna do another generic, there actually a lot of TV has done really good mummy stories.
Oh yeah.
Like Buffy had a couple really interesting episodes with a mummy.
Okay.
So like you can handle it. It's just again with tact and not just vilifying a person of color because they are mummy, right?
They are mummy.
I mean, arguably, would you say Doctor Who had a mummy episode? They did actually have like a mummy episode. We haven't got that far yet.
So now,
Or would you say the "Are you my mummy"?
are you my mummy?
That's a mummy episode, isn't it?
Oh,
It's just a mummy with a gas mask.
Absolutely. But yeah, like
Never have I been afraid of those words before.
are you my mummy? Or gas masks. Gas masks have never been scarier. Except My Bloody Valentine.
World War II.
And World like when you put it like that, actually I think it's more a World War One thing with the gas masks. Because of the mustard gas. If I recall correctly.
Look, if I just see a bunch of people with gas masks marching into my house, I'm gonna be afraid.
Just like the crazies.
Those were meh movies.
Yeah, I thought I like that original one. I still have a place for it in my heart, but like I definitely remember it being better than it was.
Yeah.
And the original is like just okay.
Yeah.
In my opinion.
It's no Night of the Living Dead.
No, 100%. It's not George Romero's best, but like it's definitely a movie that you could remake, and they did, and I think it is more effective than the original version.
I like how the mummy segment isn't even us talking about the mummy. It's talking about like all
Well,
these...
because it's the least interesting of the ones they did. Like, and it's still I think worth a watch, for sure.
But like after you've watched and appreciated the Brendan Fraser mummy movies.
Yes.
Like, if you've watched The Mummy and The Mummy Returns, then you can go back and watch the original one.
Like, again, I like Karloff. I love him, and I think he does a good job as Imhotep. But like Arnold Vosloo, 100% is the iconic Imhotep in
For our generation.
well, for our generation. Because that's the one people know.
And then Tom Cruise.
And then Tom Cruise.
Somehow more offensive, I think.
Well, it was just offensive to cinema in general. Like, how... I don't... Look.
We watched that movie, right?
Yes.
Do you remember anything other than the plane crash?
I remember Russell Crowe having the time of his...
Right, I forgot about that.
Russell Crowe as Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, which, again, can we talk about this for just a brief moment? I know we're talking about... It's on topic. It's on topic. It's a mummy movie. But, like... Of all the classic monsters to have be your like Nick Fury character, why would you choose the guy who turns into a bad guy if he forgets his meds? Like,
also, that's a very backwards version of Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde.
Yeah,
because it's like he has to take the formula to become Mr. Hyde.
Yeah, whereas this one, it's like,
oh no, I forgot to take the formula that stops me from turning
like,
into Mr. Hyde.
Because again, it's meant to be a like take on like how alcoholism can change a person, right? So it's like, what, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde? It's about alcoholism.
Sure, we'll go with that.
That's a read. It's a read people have. It's a read people have.
Ravioli,
give me the formula. But it's but like again, Van Helsing. Why wasn't Van Helsing their Nick Fury? Like, it makes no sense why you would trust Dr. Jekyll to be the leader of your good guy organization when he literally turns into Cockney Russell Crowe and will just beat you up if he forgets to take his meds.
Yeah.
And that's just the tip of the iceberg of the problems with that film. Like,
again, I genuinely can't remember anything other than what I saw in the trailer.
Yeah, the most memorable thing. And like Sofia Boutella, like, she does well with what she's given, but like they
was not given much.
Exactly. Like I think she's still like she is the best part of that movie, but they don't give her anything to do.
No, not at all.
And that's the again, one of the many problems that movie has. So yeah, like, stick with the Brendan Fraser one. It's great. He actually did say he'd come back if they came up with a good story.
I'd be fine with that.
I'd watch another one.
It'd be better than Tomb of the Dragon Emperor.
Yep. Just come up with some bullshit as to why Imhotep's back. Just get them all back, and we'll have one more mummy adventure. Hell, I'd rather that be the cornerstone of a Universal Monster Universe than any of these other ones.
It's true.
So, yep. Is that a wrap on the Mummy?
I don't know what else there is to say.
Right?